Hi, this is Crystal Faith Gonzaga, and this is Lian Benahera, Zeta Valencia, and Pedro Villamo, and we are here to report the Chapter 4 whereas the recruitment and selection. Here we will tackle about what is recruitment, the prerequisites to effective recruitment, the factors affecting recruitment, the process of recruitment, the sources of recruitment, what is selection, the benefits of proper selection, the selection process, and the selecting managers. So now, let's begin. What is recruitment? Recruitment is a good process of locating potential employees and encouraging them to apply for positions inside the company. When more people apply for employment, there will be more opportunities to hire better people. The process of attracting the best individuals for a specific position at a corporation is referred to as recruitment. The recruiting process entails a number of processes, including the creation of a job description that accurately reflects what an employer is looking for in a new employee, as well as the perks the organization has to offer. After knowing what recruitment is, here are the prerequisites to effective recruitment. Step 1. Before you begin looking, make a list of all the things you want to find. Put together details on the job's nature, especially if it's a new role. Consider the following: the job's content, for example, the tasks, the output that the job holder requires, work hours, number of clients, and etc., how it fits within the structure of the practice or the organization, and the abilities and personality traits required to succeed in the role. This analysis forms the basis of a job description and person specification. Step 2. Preparing a job description. A job description outlines the essential and desired selection criteria. Increasingly, work specifications are based on a set of competencies that have been determined as essential for job performance. This includes, first, skills, aptitude, knowledge, and experiences are all important factors to consider. Next, qualifications, which should be limited to those required to perform the job unless individuals are hired based on their future potential, such as graduates. And third, personal attributes that are applicable to the job, such as the capacity to operate in a group. Step 3. Finding candidates. There are two methods in finding candidates: the internal methods and the external methods. Internal methods include staff referrals, succession planning, and secondments. It is crucial not to overlook the practice's internal talent pool, especially if it's a huge one. Providing possibilities for growth and advancement is a key aspect in retaining and motivating employees. External methods include online recruitment, press advertising, networking, and open days for the larger organization. External methods are a variety of ways to pique the interest of people outside the organization. Step 4. Managing the application process. Applications are most likely to be received in one of two formats: the curriculum vitae, or what we call resume, or application. This can be submitted either on paper or electronically. Application forms provide for the presentation of information in a standard format, making it easier to collect information from job candidates in a systematic manner and objectively assess the candidate's suitability for the job. CVs or resumes allow candidates to promote themselves in their own words rather than being constrained by the constraints of filling out a form. However, some candidates offer extraneous information, making it difficult to evaluate them consistently. Step 5. Selecting candidates. Shortlisting and evaluating applications to determine who should be offered a job are the two basic stages involved in selecting candidates. Shortlisting is determined by the amount of applicants, and evaluating through assessment of the candidates using a variety of approaches. These vary in terms of their accuracy as a predictor of work success as well as the convenience and cost of administering them. Step 6. Making the appointment. In making an appointment, there are 3: contract, references, and other checks. Employment offers should always be in writing. However, it's vital to keep in mind that an oral job offer made during an interview is just as legally enforceable as a letter to the candidate. A recruitment policy should explicitly explain how references will be used, when they will be requested, and what kind of references will be required, for example, from former employers. These guidelines should be followed in a consistent manner. Work with children or vulnerable adults. Police checks and fit to work checks are all required depending on the employment. Step 7. Induction. For both the company and the new employee, induction is an important aspect of the hiring process. The following items should be included in an induction plan: a detailed description of the job or role requirements, physical orientation describing the location of the facilities, orientation demonstrating how the employee fits within the team, as well as providing information about the company's history, culture, and values, and information statement on fair work. Now let's talk about the factors affecting recruitment. So there are 2 factors that affects recruitment: the internal factors and the external factors. Internal factors affecting recruitment functions are at the authority of organizations. Internal influences include size of the organization, recruiting policy, image of the organization, image of the job. External factors are those that an organization cannot control. The following are some of the external elements that influence the recruitment process: the demographic factors, the labor market, the unemployment rate, the labor laws, the legal considerations, and competitors.
The process of recruitment. An efficient recruitment process is an organization-specific sourcing model that aims to find the right fit for the right job at the right time. It is a step-by-step approach to bringing talented people who can help the company grow. The recruitment lifestyle consists of 7 interrelated steps, which are as follows. First is identifying the hiring needs. Second, preparing job description. Third, talent search. Fourth, screening and shortlisting. Fifth, interviewing. Sixth, evaluation and offer of employment. And the last one is introduction and induction of the new employee.
First, identifying the hiring needs. Whether a job opening is newly formed or just vacated, you cannot find what you need if you don't know what you need in the first place. So your recruitment process should start with identifying the vacancies that exist, followed by analyzing the job specifications, including the knowledge, skills, and experience needed for the role. Second, preparing the job description. Once you know exactly what you need in terms of knowledge, skills, and experience, it is a time to determine the duties and responsibilities of the job. Third, talent search. Identifying the right talent, attracting them, and motivating them to apply are the most important aspects of the recruitment process. Fourth, screening and shortlisting. In order to move forward with the recruitment process, you need to screen and shortlist applicants efficiently and accurately. This is where the recruitment process gets difficult and challenging. Fifth, interviewing. The shortlisted applications will now move through the interview process prior to receiving an offer letter or a rejection note. Sixth, evaluation and offer of employment. This is the final stage of recruitment process. You should never take it for granted that the candidate will accept your offer. And the last one is introduction and induction of the new employee. When the applicants accept the job offer, they officially become the employees of the company. The joining date and time is complicated to the employee.
The sources of recruitment. Determining where candidates are finding your company and your job openings has become harder than ever, which means it's thought to figure out what sources of recruitment you should spend more time and money on to reach the largest talent pool. Here are the top 9 recruitment sources your company should continuously leverage to reach the best talent out there. First, job boards. Second, company website. Third, social media. Fourth, referrals. Fifth, direct contact. 6. Temp to hire. 7. Career fairs. 8. Agency. And the last one, newspapers.
First, job boards. Perhaps one of the main recruiting sources, job boards have grown thanks to the ease of online job searches. Next, online website. Posting all job opportunities on your company's website is a given. Whether candidates arrive there directly or are directed there from another site, this is the place where all your recruiting lives. Next, social media. LinkedIn, Google, Facebook, Twitter, among others. These social media networks are the key recruiting sources. Nowadays, most candidates are on one or all of these networks, making them a perfect place to promote your job openings. Next, referrals. One of the fastest growing recruiting sources out there is employee referrals. Tapping into your existing workforce to get new talent is a smart strategy. Next is direct contact. Similar to employee referrals, direct contact leverage current employees, specifically going after a candidate. This usually works well with senior level staff since they know very well what the company is looking for, and they have wide professional networks. Next, temp to hires. Another way to bring in new employees is through temporary or part-time employment first. Portals that helps you find temporary or seasonal employees can all be seen as a recruiting source. Next is career fairs. Having a company presence at career fairs put you in the center of a pool of candidates. This works better if you're looking for candidates with a certain skill set, like software development or graphic design, as industry-specific career fairs tend to yield more potential candidates. Next is agency. Depending on your company's needs, you may require the help of recruiting agency. Recruiting agencies can be cost-effective options for finding top candidates from wider talent pools or to find heavy sought-after candidates in more specialized industries. And the last one is newspapers. Although they are old school, print job ads are still playing a role in recruiting scene, especially considering the paper's online presence. Depending on the job and the industry, more of the candidates you're looking for may rely on print job ads when searching for openings.
So now, let's know about what is selection. Selection is a process of picking or choosing the right candidate who is most suitable for a vacant job position in an organization. In other words, selection can also be explained as the process of interviewing the candidates and evaluating their qualities, which are required for a specific job, and then choosing the suitable candidate for the position. The selection of a right applicant for a vacant position will be an asset to the organization, which will be helping the organization in reaching its objectives. So now let's proceed to the benefits of proper selection. A good proper selection process offers the following. First, it is cost-effective and reduces a lot of time and effort. Second, it helps avoid any biasing while recruiting the right candidate. Third, it helps eliminate the candidates who are lacking in knowledge, ability, and proficiency. Fourth, it provides a guideline to evaluate the candidates further through strict verification and reference checking. Fifth, it helps in comparing the different candidates in terms of their capabilities, knowledge, skills, experience, work attitude, and etc. This good selection process helps in selecting the best candidate for the recruitment of a vacant position in an organization.
Now, I'm gonna talk about the selection process. This topic will give us an idea why the process of selecting a perfect employee is a time-consuming and a challenging procedure. In selection process, there are 7 steps that needs to be followed. Step 1. Preliminary interview. This process involves preliminary screening and the elimination of all unwanted candidates. Step 2. Screening of applicants. Basic information such as educational qualification, experience, and age is requested on the form. Step 3. Employment test. Employment test is a method of determining a candidate's general knowledge for a specific job. This test is particularly specific since they allow management to identify the correct candidates for the job. Step 4. Selection interview. An interview is a face-to-face examination of a candidate in which he sits face-to-face with the selection body and answer questions regarding his abilities on the job. Step 5. Checking of reference. When the candidate's interview is completed, the personnel department checks the reference we provided. Step 6. Medical examination. After an applicant has been approved for a position, his physical fitness is assessed by the company medical specialist. And lastly, step 7. Final selection. After the candidate has passed all the technical and medical testing, the line manager are requested to make the final selection. The last topic of this chapter is the selecting manager. There is probably nothing more important to the future of an organization than to select the right people for the position of authority. In selecting manager, there are 5 important rules. Rule number 1. Set clear requirements. The process of selecting good manager starts with the requirements. First of all, you need to set a list of the main features you're looking for in a candidate. Rule number 2. Consider both promoting within and hiring outside. And many companies prefer promoting their employees when there is such an opportunity. So we cannot deny the obvious advantage of this strategy. Rule number 3. Use the service of professional recruiting agencies and job sale sites. Management requires specific temper as well as a lot of skills and experience. All this results in the lack of applicants who can satisfy your needs. Rule number 4. Conduct as many interviews as possible. Recruiting agencies and job site sites will help you collect the base of possible applicants. Now, it's your task to look through them all and set aside the resume you're not interested in. Rule number 5. Pay attention to soft skill. When you speak about specific skill, you may need help during interviews. If you're looking for a manager for some unfamiliar area, the attraction of an impartial specialist who can evaluate candidates' qualification is always beneficial decision.
Once again, this is Crystal Faith Gonzaga, Lian Banahera, Zeta Valencia, and Pedro Villamo, and we are the reporters of Chapter 4, the Recruitment and Selection.